Welcome back, my friends. This is Anna at My Crafting World. I finally decided what I was going to do with the Lady Vagabond paper by Stamperia that I got in my design team package. I'm going to use this really pretty lavender cardstock, and this is what inspired me. I am going to make a suitcase stack, and the base color is going to be this really pretty lavender. And I am hoping that I have enough paper. If not, I will have to order some more. So I have something special planned for her. She may be a little bit too big, but if she's too big for what I want her, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Might even use this one, but these are more the size that I need. Anyway, we are going to make the first suitcase, which will be the largest, and I've already cut my paper out for the larger suitcase. It's going to be a 9x6 by 3.5 inches, and we need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 7 by 1.5. This is for the lid. That's what the L is for. 9 by 1.5. We need 2 of these, and then 6 by 9. And we need 2 of these, 1 for the top and 1 for the bottom. So this is what's going to be the lid part of the suitcase. And then for the bottom part, we need 2 9x3s. This is for the bottom. And then we need 2 7x3s, again for the bottom. And then this one, of course, is the 9x6 for the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the lid part, and I have to look at my notes, guys, because I have not made one. I'm just thinking that I can do it without a prototype. So let's see how this turns out. If I make a mistake, of course I will promptly let you know, because you will see it. What I am going to do is start with these strips right here. And I am going to score the 7 by 1.5. Guys, and let me just give you a tip. Try to make sure that your pieces are exactly even, because that is going to determine whether your lid and base are going to fit together or not. On the 7 by 1.5, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And then on the 9 by 1.5, I am only going to score 1/2 inch along the short side. So it's going to have 1 score line. So let's score that. So this one is the one that has 3 score marks at 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And then on the last side, 1/2 inch. Okay, so there are our 3 score marks. We're going to do that to both pieces. And on the longer piece, this one we are only going to score 1 score mark along the short side. So what I'm gonna do is just hold it right here. Okay, that's all the scoring we need to do. Let me bring in my little mat, and then we're going to score these. We're going to burnish our lines here, our score lines. Okay, now we're going to cut. We're going to miter our corners here, and just go right across that intersection of score lines. And then I'm going to do the same to this one. And then I am going to do the corners on these. The next thing we need to do is put our lid together. So this is the 6 by 9. The first thing I'm going to do is put the shorter ends, glue these down first. And remember guys, please make sure that your score marks are right on the edge there. I mean, like they line up perfectly, okay? So don't go over the score line because you want your lid, you know, to fold down. And I am looking to make sure that my lines are going to be perfectly even as much as possible. Okay, we're going to glue this side down. And there's our first one. We're going to glue down the next one. Okay, those are the sides put together. Now I'm going to glue each of these tabs down on each corner like that. And that's going to form our box. All right guys, there's our lid. And as you can see, these lines just flow evenly all the way around. So that's our lid. We're going to do the same for the bottom part. This we do not score. This one we will score it 1/2 inch along the top side. So I'm gonna just do 2.5 so I can hold this paper firmly. This one, 2.5. And then this one is the one the shorter one is the one we do on 3 sides. So again, I'm just gonna go 2.5 right here, which is 1/2 inch. I am going to do 6.5 and then 6.5 again. And I'm doing that to both of them. Okay, that's all the scoring we need to do. We just need to miter our corners here. All right, we're gonna burnish these. And we are going to assemble the bottom, which is the 9x6. And again, I am going with, I'm going to glue them like this, just like I did the other box, making sure that my score marks and the corner of my paper align, okay? All right, we have all our side panels glued in. So now we're just gonna glue in the tabs this way, just like we did the first one. There we go. And so I'm gonna glue all 4 sides. All right, guys, there is the bottom of our box. Now, let's hope that this is going to fit perfectly on top of this. We'll find out in the next step. Now, I did say that I would tell you what my mistakes are as we go along. And I saw it as soon as I glued down this first flap, but I thought, let's just go with it because we can always cover it up later. So I should have glued this to the inside of my lid. I glued it to the outside simply because to me it's easier to align. So I'm going to leave this as it is. But generally, when making a box, you want to glue this to the inside. At least that's the way I see it, because it won't be seen as much. But it is what it is. This one I did glue to the outside like this one, but this is on the top. So I want them to be exactly the same. So I went ahead and glued it just like I did the first one. And hopefully in this next step, we will see if it's going to be an exact match. It looks like it. So for the next step, let me tell you what we need. For the inside, we need, I don't have 12 by 12 paper in the color that I wanted it, so I am using 11.5 or 8.5 by 11. So either way, you're going to need 3 strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I am going to start about halfway right here, and I am going to score this paper. Okay, so I'm going to fold it and I'm going to burnish that, and I'm going to put it in my box and make sure that the corner is right where I need it to be. I'm going to go ahead and glue the next piece to this existing piece. Right, so I'm going to bring my box back. I'm going to put this back in there, and I am going to see where this needs to score at. So I'm going to say, bringing it right to that corner. Right there is my score mark. Okay. So bring in my scoreboard. I'm going to go ahead and score that right there, right at that corner. And you can, if you can do this by measurement, great. But I'm afraid, guys, you know I measure my measurement. My measuring is terrible. I can't measure to save my life. So if you're going to score, let me tell you what that is. That is, about 8 15/16 of an inch. Okay, so let me bring my box back in. And yeah, we have a good score, good crease line there. I'm going to do the same to the next corner. And I am probably going to score right here. All right, let's measure one more time. That looks good. We still fit. And now I need to glue my last piece. Okay, I've got that glued on. I'm to bring my last end here. And I need to see where this one's gonna be scored at. I mean, honestly, you could use something to help you push it down or hold it in place. I'm gonna see if this works. Okay. I realize that I haven't been letting you look. I'm so sorry, but that is about where I'm going to, and that's, I guess, because I can't see well that way. About right there. Okay. And this is going to be my last score line. So I am going to cut some of this off. I'm gonna cut about that much off. Okay. All right, we're gonna glue it down this way, and hopefully our lid is gonna fit. So what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna pull this out, set it aside. I am going to go ahead and put glue all over the inside of my box. All right, guys, I have put glue in here as quickly as I can. So I am holding this so that it doesn't actually glue down in spots that I don't want it glued down at. So I'm going to glue down first this side, making sure that the bottom is nice and straight. Okay, and I'm going to work quickly around here just because I don't want the glue to dry, and I don't want these sides to attach to anything it shouldn't. And I am going to put a little bit of glue here on this side. Right here, so it'll attach to this side. All right, now I'm gonna go with my bone folder, and I'm going to go from one side to the other so that it doesn't bunch up on one side, you know, create air pockets and land where it shouldn't. Okay guys, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Moment of truth. Let's try our lid. And if I did this properly, correctly, precisely, my lid should fit on top of the base, and it shouldn't be extending on the sides. Now I don't expect this to go perfectly, but let us see. There we go, guys. Oh my gosh, it fit. There we go. Okay, so at this point, the corners aren't exactly like, for example, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it isn't exactly, but it is exact enough for it to fit on there and not fall off. So this will lift this way after the hinges, and then when you close it back up, it will close over this rim, and it's not doing it exactly because the hinges aren't put on there, but it will go over this lip right here, which is what will prevent it from actually falling over to the sides, and it will close properly. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. Okay guys, this actually worked out. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. So let me paper the outside. So this is what I decided to do for the hinge, guys. I cut a strip of, this is actually a piece of scrap, so I don't even know how long it is. It's 8 inches by 1 3/4. Okay, and then I scored it at 1 inch so that the 3/4 will be on one side and the 1 inch will be on the other. And I'm going to glue one long hinge because I realized I didn't have enough metal hinges for all 3 boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down so that it is one long hinge, and then cover it with paper. That way it assures me that it's nice and sturdy. So that's what I'm going to do. And you want the opening to be on this side, to where it opens and closes on this side. Okay, so I am going to glue it down this way on the lid of my box, to where you know, the fold line is not glued down, and then I will glue the rest of it onto the top of the box. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and glue this down to my box this way. Okay, now I'm going to try not to get too close to that fold line so that it doesn't glue it shut. All right, guys, it should close. There we go. It closes great. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so excited. There, it's opened. It's closed, and oh my gosh, I really truly surprised myself here, guys. I really did. I just thought I just knew I was gonna have to start this video over and just start with a whole brand new set of cuts, and no, it is good. This one actually goes down a little bit. We're gonna have to do something about that, but that's great. I am so happy about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm gonna paper it and I'll be right back. Okay, my crafty friends, our box is complete for the moment. I have papered the outside and just a little bit on the inside. So this is how it turned out. I used this pattern for the top, and then this is the windows that's going to go, it's going to continue to the next suitcase and the next one until we get done. And then the sides are right here. These are books, and this is a luggage set, and then this is the other side of the books. And I've done nothing to the bottom yet because I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the bottom. I want to make sure I have enough paper for the rest of them. And on the inside, I went ahead and just put purple paper on the bottom, and then I'm going to leave the top as it is. So it opens and closes very well, and I like it. I can't wait to embellish this, but we're going to have to get through the other boxes first. So this is it for this tutorial. We will make the next size in the next one. Thank you so much. Oh, I did forget to tell you guys, I used vintage photo, and I went ahead and distressed all the edges so that it would look a little more, you know, old and dated. And as you can see, I've got a little spot right there. But yeah, so I used vintage photo for the edges, and I just love the way that looks. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to everyone later and see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.